What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Friday night slate, 7 gamer. This is a fun one for sure. We've got a lot to talk about. There's definitely a ton to talk about from specifically one team. The Rockets are going to be so shorthanded tonight. Oladipo and John Wall have both already been ruled out, so there is a ton of value from Houston. I mean, they're just super shorthanded. They're going to have most likely they're going to have 8 healthy players. David Nwaba, he's questionable. He could play, but I saw something where supposedly like Nwaba is going to need surgery or something, or he needs surgery and he hasn't had it yet, or he hasn't fully healed. So like this is definitely one of those scenarios where Nwaba could be active, but he might not even play. Very likely that Houston has 8 bodies tonight. So Tate, Patton, Brown, McLemore, Lamb, KPJ, KJ Martin, like all these guys are good values tonight. I mean, it's just hard not to like these Houston guys. And I know there's going to be people out there that say, Houston's going to get blown out, which is very likely. Houston's going to get blown out most likely. But they have 8 players. I mean, these guys still have to play in a blowout. Like, it's not like they can just throw random guys out there. I mean, if it's a blowout, I still expect Kevin Porter to be out there. I still expect really all these guys. I don't think any of them are going to sit if it's a blowout. Like, they're all going to play. I guess the one guy would be Jayshawn Tate. He might be the one guy that maybe would sit if it's a blowout, but I think he's played in blowouts this year, so yeah, it's really hard to not like a lot of these Houston guys. My dummy lineup on DK right now has 3 Houston guys, and my dummy lineup on Yahoo has 2, so I feel like 2 to 3 guys from Houston is going to be probably something you want to do. Definitely, I mean, Kevin Porter, definitely. Like, you're starting every lineup with Kevin Porter, I think. I don't really think there's any way around it. Kind of working from there. So much value from Houston. And the studs, I mean, there's plenty of studs to pay up for today. Still waiting on news on Bradley Beal. He's still questionable, so we could maybe get a better pay-up option in Russell Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook's a good play regardless, but obviously if Beal sits, love Russell Westbrook. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Appreciate all y'all tuning in, man. Over the next 45 minutes to an hour, we'll just sit here, answer some questions, just kind of chill. If you guys got any questions for tonight's slate, throw them in the chat. I'll be sure to answer them, and we'll talk through everything. How about a min price Larry Nance on Yahoo with no Kevin Love? Well, T-Bone, right now Kevin Love is questionable, so there is a chance he could play. But we do know that Taurean Prince is out. I think somebody else got ruled out too, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody else from Cleveland. Taurean Prince got ruled out. I thought there was somebody else out. But yeah, if Kevin Love's out, like if he doesn't play, minimum salary, I think Larry Nance is definitely in play on Yahoo at minimum salary. I don't know what he's gonna what his role is gonna be in his first game back. My best guess is he comes off the bench and probably plays like 22 to 24 minutes. But he could start. He could play more than that. He could play less than that. Larry Nance he's a productive player when he gets minutes, so I definitely like playing him on Yahoo. I don't think I'd do it on DK though, but yeah, Yahoo, minimum salary, definitely think Larry Nance is in play. Eric Gordon is out too? Yeah. Eric Gordon, John Wall, and Victor Oladipo are all out. Basically, the 3 highest usage players on the team are going to be out, so it's value galore on Houston. I mean, we saw what Kevin Porter did last night, and that was with Oladipo playing. Now with Oladipo out, I mean, Kevin Porter could legit drop 50 fantasy points tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised. At 3,200, I mean, you're just playing him. Don't get cute. Just play Kevin Porter and move on. 4 Rockets too many, all the cheap ones. I think 4 is fine. So if you're playing like KJ Martin, Kevin Porter, McLemore probably is going to start. So him, Sterling Brown. Like, I could definitely see playing Sterling Brown, McLemore, Kevin Porter, and KJ Martin in the same lineup. I could totally see that. I don't know if that's something I do, like if I'm going to be doing personally with my lineup, but definitely Kevin Porter and KJ Martin are my 2 favorite. Kevin Porter, I mean, we don't need to talk about him. He's the biggest lock on the slate. And KJ Martin, I think he's a guy that can be productive when he gets minutes, and we saw that last night. I don't know if he's going to start. He probably comes off the bench still, but he's still going to play probably over 30 minutes, even if he comes off the bench, especially since PJ Tucker's not playing. Yeah, I think KJ Martin and Kevin Porter are my 2 favorite Rockets. But all these guys are in play, man. They're just so short-handed. Anthony Lamb probably is the one guy I'm a bit hesitant on, because even with all those guys out yesterday, he still only played 13 minutes. So he's probably the one I'd be fading, I guess. But Kevin Porter, KJ Martin, Macklemore, Sterling Brown, Patton, Tate. These guys are all in play for me. You believe in Derek White 4.9K or Macklemore 3.5K? I mean, I like both those guys. If I had to pick one, I'd try and get to Derek White for the extra salary, but yeah, I like both. Patrick, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. He says, thank you for taking the time to make us better DFS players. I try my best, Patrick. I try and just give you guys my honest thoughts, answer questions. Obviously, if you guys need help with like lineup builds and stuff, like roster construction, I'll help you with that. Obviously, I'm not going to build your lineup for you, but I just like to talk through everything, man. It's fun to talk DFS. But yeah, I appreciate the $5 super chat, Patrick. Thank you, man. Do you like Chase and Randall? Yeah, I think Chase and Randall's definitely in play. I'd probably rather have the Houston guys over him just because Houston's so short-handed, but so is Orlando. Orlando's only going to have 9 bodies tonight. Chase and Randall last night played, I believe, over 30 minutes off the bench. The same guys that were out last night are going to be out again, plus Aaron Gordon's also out. So we're probably going to get 30 to 32 minutes from Chase and Randall off the bench. He's 3,100 on Draftkings. It's totally a guy you could look to. I mean, there's just so much value tonight. Like, let's just say you start your lineup with Kevin Porter, KJ Martin, and then if you want to go Randall, you can. Let's say you just plug in those 3 guys. I mean, you literally have over 8K remaining. I mean, you can just, after that, you can just play whoever you want. There's just so much value tonight. It's definitely a stars and scrubs slate for sure. What's up, Skywalker? What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you tuning in. 1, maybe 2 more Houston players ruled out. Game will be postponed. Yeah, if that happens, obviously. But right now, if David Nwaba is active, they're going to have 9 healthy players. Even if Nwaba gets ruled out, they still have 8. They still have the required 8 players. So they should be good to go. The game should be good to go. Because everyone else is healthy, basically. And Mason Jones, they just signed him to a contract, but I'm pretty sure he's available to play. So he should be good to go too. He's not in the player pool on DK. You can't roster him. Dwayne Bacon thoughts? Yeah, him and Chase and Randall are 2 guys that I do have some interest in from the Magic. Bacon last night started, played over 30 minutes. You know, we've seen this happen before where Bacon gets a spot start and he doesn't really do much. But now that there's no Evan Fournier, no Terrence Ross, no Markel Fultz, no Aaron Gordon. I mean, they're just so shorthanded. Like Vooch is obviously going to be dominating the usage, but I expect Dwayne Bacon to be out there for 30 plus minutes. He's still cheap. I do have some interest in him. Again, I think I'd rather play the Houston guys over Dwayne Bacon, but yeah, Dwayne Bacon's a good value for sure. I'm playing Gobert. Is that a good play? I mean, it's a good matchup for Gobert. He should dominate when he's out there, but man, like I'd be super scared to play some of those Jazz guys. I've said this so many times, like I don't fade guys because of blowout, but my God, this Jazz game has to be a blowout. I mean, they're favored by almost 20 points right now. I would be very surprised if any Jazz starters play in the fourth quarter. I think all the Jazz guys are going to be super low owned, so if you want to play them, you can, but the blowout's obviously a huge concern. I'm not worried about the blowout, though, on the Houston side because, Kevin Porter, all these guys, they're going to still play even if it's a blowout just because they don't have anybody else that can play. How many minutes do you think Rudy Gay plays today? Should I stay away from him? I think Rudy Gay's a good option. Now that we have all this Houston value, he's come down on my, list a little bit, but I think he probably comes off the bench and plays, 25, 26 minutes, if not a little bit more. So he's definitely someone I'm looking to. And Rudy Gay, he's a productive player when he gets minutes. So yeah, he's definitely in play. Any love for Gary Clark? Not really. Even with Orlando super shorthanded, I just rarely play Gary Clark. He's just such a low usage player. I'd rather play Randall, Bacon. Randall, Bacon, Vooch are the 3 guys I'm looking to on Orlando. I'd play Okeke over Gary Clark. Washington is supposed to showcase Troy Brown Jr. Do you like him if Beal sits? I mean, Troy Brown's always been a guy that has upside when he gets minutes. I think last time Beal was out, he did play a good amount, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know when that was, but I remember him getting a good amount of minutes. I mean, it's risky just because you never know what the rotation's going to look like for Washington. But yeah, there'd be potential for him. I mean, there's been times this year where Beal's been out and Troy Brown doesn't even play. But yeah, I guess if he's active, he's good to go. I mean, you could take a shot on him. I think Raul Neto would probably be the value that I would want to go to though if Bradley Beal's out. If Beal sits though, I'm jamming in Westbrook and then kind of working from there. Porter's going to be 100% owned tonight. I mean, he should be. I'm interested to see what his actual ownership's going to be. Like I would say that in the big, like I don't know what, I think it's like a $15 or something. Like in the big GPP, my best guess he'll be like 85% owned. Like there'll still be people that don't play Porter. Like he's not going to be 100% owned. I mean, no player is ever going to be 100% owned. There's going to be people that don't play him. But yes, he will be very chalky. I assume he'll be over 80% in basically every tournament. Even in the low dollar stuff, he'll probably be 70, 80% owned in like the super low stake stuff. Maybe KPJ and Malcolm drop 50 each and it's a close game. I doubt that happens, but both those guys are super cheap that, you know, if they give you 30 DK points, I mean, they're both going to be really good values. So it's hard not to like those Houston guys. If they were more expensive, it would be a different story, but they're all so cheap that even in a blowout, even if they lose by 50 points, I mean, guys like Kevin Porter, Malcolm could still easily, you know, be good values. Clarkson, the sixth man, must be in play. I mean, Clarkson, yeah, but again, I think he's another guy that I doubt he plays in a blowout. Like, they're not going to play Clarkson in a big blowout. I mean, Clarkson's a pretty crucial part of their team. I don't think they would run him out there if it gets ugly. Thoughts on Jimmy Buckets and Olynyk, Joel Tobias, and Houston value in cash? I mean, that feels like a good way to go, in my opinion, Jay. You like Trey Lyles? Not really, Eric. I mean, there's other guys I'd rather play over Trey Lyles. I mean, Trey Lyles, like, last game barely played. I know DeRozan's out, so, you know, there's one less body in the rotation. But with Rudy Gay there now and healthy again, like, Rudy Gay is their clear backup behind, you know, or Trey Lyles is behind Rudy Gay, so I don't see any reason to play Trey Lyles. Keldon Johnson or Derek White? I'd rather have Derek White there. I think he's a more productive player on a point-per-minute basis. I hope people fade Derek White tonight because of his bad game last game. Like, Derek White, he's a point-per-minute player with DeRozan off the floor, and he should not be 4,900. He should be like 6K today. So, yeah, I do like Derek White a good amount. Embiid or Vooch? I'd rather have Embiid. I think both are really good pay-up options, but give me Embiid if I had to pick one. Had the McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich finally today. It's all right. Not Popeye's good. Yeah, I'd agree, Mark. It's good, but it's not as good as like Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. Zaxby's has a new chicken sandwich, and that one's pretty good. It's better than McDonald's. When I first got it, though, it tasted like a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. But then I started eating it more, and then, you know, it was all right, but it wasn't great, I would say. Embiid or Westbrook if Beal is out? I think if Beal's out, I'm going to play Westbrook there, but very likely that I would play both. Like, yeah. I mean, it's very likely those are the two studs I build around if Beal's out. And even if Beal plays, I think Westbrook's still a really good option. Damian Jones from the Lakers with no bigs. I mean, last game Damian Jones, like, he started, but he really didn't play much. I mean, I think with Gasol out, like, their center right now is Montrezl Harrell. You know, Montrezl Harrell might not start, but he's still going to play probably 28 to 30 minutes off the bench. I don't see Damian Jones playing much, so I don't have much interest in him. Is Murray from the Spurs in play? Yeah, I really like Dejounte Murray. He's definitely, you know, one of the better mid-range options on the slate. You know, we'll have to wait and see if Beal plays. Like, if Beal gets ruled out, then I think I'm going to prioritize trying to get Westbrook in at point guard over Dejounte Murray. But, yeah, Dejounte Murray, no Aldridge, no DeRozan. He should get all the usage tonight. He's a productive player when he gets minutes. He's too cheap on DK. I like him quite a bit. What do you think of Westbrook, Porter Jr., Butler, KJ Martin, Olynyk, Hero, Tobias Harris, Keldon Johnson? That looks pretty solid, in my opinion. Looks pretty solid. Thoughts on Westbrook tonight? I mean, Westbrook's definitely one of the better plays on the slate, in my opinion. Him and Embiid are probably my two favorite pay-up options overall. Westbrook obviously going to become even better if Beal gets ruled out. Right now, I prefer Embiid over Westbrook, but if Beal gets ruled out, I'm going to prefer Westbrook over Embiid. Stars and scrubs or mid-range with scrubs? It's definitely a stars and scrubs slate. There's so much value from Houston today. So many cheap guys from Houston that project really well. I feel like the optimal build tonight is play 2 to 3 Houston guys and then kind of work from there. Dwight Howard thoughts? I mean, now that Embiid's playing, I have no interest in Dwight Howard. What did you know? Hey, what's up, Rob? What's up, man? Westbrook or Butler? I mean, I like both quite a bit. I think I'd go Westbrook there if you have the salary. But, yeah, Jimmy Butler, he's another really good pay-up option tonight. Like, if I can find a way to get Westbrook, Butler, and Embiid into my lineup, I might try and do that. I haven't built my lineup yet, but it depends. Like, if Beal gets ruled out, I'm jamming in Westbrook. I'm probably jamming in Embiid. I'm already going to play Embiid most likely. And then if I can get Butler in there too, I want to try and do that. What's the best spend and low pick in your opinion? Oh, you said never mind. I got you. I mean, I'll say it. Like, best spend up in my opinion. Right now it's Embiid, but if Beal gets ruled out, it's going to be Westbrook. And then best value is by far Kevin Porter. Other than Houston, who's your favorite value and stud for GPPs? I mean, like, I guess Embiid. I mean, I don't think Embiid's going to be popular tonight. I don't think he's going to be like massive chalk or anything. So Embiid's probably my favorite stud. Favorite value, not from Houston. It'd probably be like Derek White. Yeah, probably go Derek White there. Or like Chase and Randall. One of those two. I'm running Westbrook, buckets, Embiid, Milton Curry, Porter Jr., KJ Martin, and Olynyk. That looks pretty solid in my opinion. So you got Westbrook, Jimmy, and Embiid. Yeah, that's the route that I think I want to try and go if I can make it work. I had the perfect cash lineup, I thought. Now with Utah blowout, Gobert scares me. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be playing Gobert in cash on this slate, Mark. Like, I'd probably be trying to get in, like, Embiid at center or, like, Kelly Olynyk. I don't think I'd be going to Rudy Gobert. I mean, Gobert has upside for tournaments, but obviously the blowout concern is just massive here. And I've said it before, like, I don't try and predict blowouts, but when a team is favored by almost 20 points, you have to factor in the blowout there. I don't know if you already covered this, but do you like MCW? I like him on Yahoo if you play over there. On Draftkings, I don't think I can pay $6,300 for MCW. There's just too many other guys I like cheaper. But Yahoo, MCW, I think he's $17 over there, so that does look like a really nice price for him. I like him more on Yahoo than DK. Would you play both Embiid and Jokic in the same lineup? I think that's going to be super contrarian. I don't see a ton of people paying up at both their center spots. So, yeah, I mean, I really like Embiid. Jokic, I think there's other studs I'd rather play over Jokic today, but if you're playing tournaments and you want, a lower-owned guy, like, I think Jokic is going to be probably under 10% owned tonight, so definitely a route you could go in tournaments. Thoughts on Sexton? I mean, I like Colin Sexton tonight. I wish he was a little bit cheaper, but there's plenty of upside for him against New Orleans. I mean, we've seen New Orleans just not good defensively. They play super fast. He's more of a tournament play. I don't think he's someone I'd be getting to like in cash games on this slate, but definitely in play for tournaments. Right now I got Schroeder, Curry, Sexton, Porter Jr., Olynyk, Butler, Embiid, and Rudy Gay. I mean, that looks pretty solid for now. I probably want more than just one Houston guy in there, but that looks pretty solid for now. If you're playing Utah players, you may want to take bench players. That game is a Vegas. I mean, I don't know if I'd be playing guys from the bench, but the starters are definitely risky. Like those Utah starters, it's hard to project them for their full minutes because it's very likely they don't play their full minutes. Last time I checked, Utah was favored by 17, and that was before Oladipo and Wall got ruled out, so they might be favored by like 20 right now. It's crazy. Playing on Yahoo, I got you, Robert. Yeah, I do like MCW on Yahoo. I think he is a little bit too cheap there for sure. Russell Westbrook, Murray, Butler, Sexton, Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, I'm fine with all five of those guys, for sure. Best small forwards, 6.6K and under. Let's see. Probably go with Jayshawn Tate, 5,800. He'd be like the small forward I'd look to there. Either him or just, pay all the way down for like Kevin Porter, assuming you don't already have Kevin Porter. Or Sterling Brown, too. Really just any of those Houston guys. Tate, Brown, Porter. Those will be the guys I'd look to at small forward. Westbrook, Kevin Porter, Butler, Martin, Embiid, Schroeder, Bacon, Randall. I mean, that looks pretty solid in my opinion. I like all those values, and then, obviously can't go wrong with Westbrook, Butler, and Embiid, so that does look solid, Pat. Niang for the blowout run. I think you could do it. He's going to be super, super low owned. But yeah, you could play Georges Niang on this slate. Just if it is a blowout, I think Niang would be out there. I don't exactly know. It depends how bad of a blowout it is. But yeah, I think if it's a blowout in the fourth quarter, I think Niang would be out there. So you could maybe do that in tournaments. he'd probably be the only bench guy that I consider. Because, like, Niang is still going to get, like, if it somehow is a close game, I mean, he'll still probably play, what, 16, 18 minutes if it's a close game. If it's a blowout, though, he'll probably get, like, 22 to 24, maybe even more. So, yeah, you could do that. I don't think I'd be playing a ton of Jazz bench guys, though. MCW, KPJ, Barton, Olynyk, Embiid, Murray, Martin Jr., Morant. That's decent. That's solid for now. Utah's favored by 18.5. Yeah, feels about right. Feels about right. Best power forward options. I mean, it's probably, for me, like Tobias Harris, Kelly Olynyk, Jayshawn Tate, KJ Martin. I think those are like the 4 guys I really like at power forward. At least right now. Would you play Tate over Rudy Gay? I think Tate's safer just because we know the minutes are going to be there for Tate. Like, he's going to play over 30 minutes, whether it's a blowout or not. Like, Tate's going to be out there. And I expect him to be productive more than he normally would. Like, I expect his production to spike with all these guys out. So, yeah, I'd probably take Tate over Rudy Gay now. But both are really good options. I think both are very, very strong plays. Ben McLemore or Alex Caruso, I'd definitely rather have Ben McLemore. Royce O'Neal, I wouldn't go to Royce O'Neal. Not on this slate. Too many other better plays. Like, I never play Royce O'Neal, and I especially wouldn't play him tonight. You think Tobias plays better with Embiid in? I mean, probably not. Like, his production's better with Embiid and Simmons both off the floor because he gets more usage. I mean, last night he was on pace to do really well, but the blowout kind of killed him. He shot terribly too. I still like Tobias. You know, this is definitely a different slate. There's so many strong plays tonight. There's so much good value. But, yeah, Tobias is totally in play. I'm going to prefer Embiid, though. You know, if I can get Embiid, he's the guy I want from Philly. Who do you like at the forward spot for 5,200 or under? I mean, it'd probably be Rudy Gay there. Like Rudy Gay or Sterling Brown or Keldon Johnson. Probably Rudy Gay I'd take there. Ben McLemore, Sterling Brown. Give me Sterling Brown. LeBron, Westbrook, Embiid, and Houston value. I mean, I don't like LeBron that much on this slate, but yeah, you could definitely pay up for LeBron if you want to. It's pretty easy to get 3 studs in tonight with so much value from Houston. Bane or Dozier. I mean, I don't really like either one. Like, there's better value on this slate. If I had to pick one, I'd probably take Bane, but I don't see any reason why you would be playing them when there's so much other better value. McLemore or Kevin Martin or KJ Martin. Give me KJ Martin. I think KJ Martin's going to be productive when he's out there. He should average about a fantasy point per minute, and he's probably going to play around 30 minutes again. So KJ Martin and Kevin Porter, those are my 2 favorite values from Houston. Sexton or Morant. Give me Sexton between those 2. You worried about Philly blowout? I mean, no, not really, TJ. I mean, right now, let's see. Right now, Philly's only favored by 4.5, so it's not like it's a crazy line. So, yeah, I'm not worried about blowout there. The game that's going to blow out most likely is the Utah game. But like I said earlier, a lot of these Houston guys that we're playing, they're going to still be out there in a blowout. I might have to put $10 on Houston odds as like 8 plus 18, or Jesus Christ. So I'm guessing if you put $10 on them, that would pay out 180. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. You would think they could cover a damn near 20-point spread, but who knows? You like Murray and White in the same lineup? I'm fine with it. I think we got a lot of people subscribing to the channel. Oh, we got some super chats that haven't come through. I'll have to read those in a second. More people subscribing. Dang, we got some donations coming through. They're not showing up in chat yet. Hopefully they can show up in a second. Can you stack Montrezl Harrell plus Schroeder with success? I mean, on this slate, I don't know if I'd be playing both those guys. Like, there's so many other good plays. But if I was going to play anyone on the Lakers, I think it'd be those 2. Again, though, there's still so many other plays I like. Oh, so, dang, a lot of these, I think these are old donations that are coming through. I don't know why they're showing up on the screen. I'm going to turn this off. I think those are old. Sorry about that, guys. Slate's about to get crazy again. I'm late, but I'm here. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, Christopher. Know you're getting popular? I wouldn't say that, but yeah, definitely been growing, I would say. These streams have helped to grow the channel for sure. And all you guys supporting the channel, it's helped too. You like Sterling Brown more or Malcolm more? I'd rather play Sterling Brown between those two. All right, so there we got a $5 super chat. Willie Jones, appreciate that, man. You didn't leave a message, but thank you, Willie Jones. These donations are like, I don't know why they're going nuts right now. I might have to turn this off. Let me mute this. Hopefully that didn't mute my mic or anything. Turn that off too. Try and keeps freaking, the donation alert keeps going off. I don't know why. Good time to say hit that like button. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate the likes as always, man. Is Chasson Randall worth a look tonight? I'm interested in him, definitely. You know, I think I'd rather play the Houston guys over Randall. Like, obviously, KJ Martin, Kevin Porter, some of these other guys. But yeah, Randall's definitely in play. He got like 30 minutes off the bench last game, and, you know, same guys are out today, plus Aaron Gordon's out as well. Orlando only has 9 bodies. So yeah, Chasson Randall should get probably 30 minutes again, if not more, off the bench. Good Dame call last night on Patreon, bro. Won $1,150. That's good to hear, Chris. I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad you were able to have some success. MCW interest? Yeah, he's definitely in play. I like him more on Yahoo if you play over there. DK, it's tougher to pay over 6K for MCW. Noah, 3 studs. Is 4 Houston players too much? Porter, Martin, McLemore, and Brown? I'm totally fine with that, Mark. Totally fine with that. That's probably, in my opinion, that's probably like the optimal build tonight is to play 4 Houston guys or 3 or 4 Houston guys with just your favorite studs. I mean, that's probably it's all going to come down to the studs tonight, I think. Like, everyone's going to play the Houston guys, and you kind of have to. So really getting the studs right is going to be what decides this slate, I think. So LeBron gets no run tonight? I mean, I don't know what you mean by that, Christopher. I mean, LeBron's going to play, but on this slate, there's other studs I think I'd rather play over LeBron. How many same lineups tonight? If you're talking about like duplicated lineups, yeah, you're going to see a lot of duplicated lineups tonight. Like, everyone's going to be playing the same guys. Like, especially like in cash games, it's going to be crazy. You're going to see a lot of duplicated lineups in cash games. Thanks for the vids and streams, man. I play small dollar games, but you always help make it fun. I'm glad to hear that, Derek. I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad you're able to have some success. Or hopefully you have been having success. Brown or Winslow? Definitely give me Brown there. I assume that's Sterling Brown, so give me Sterling Brown. Porter, Patton, Martin should be top 3 Houston guys, right? Definitely Porter and Martin for me. Patton, he's not as cheap, so I wouldn't say he's like a top option. Like, he's $4,900. If he was like $3K, he'd be a top option. But definitely Porter and Martin, in my opinion, I think are the 2 best values from Houston, on DraftKings at least. I don't know why these keep going off. Is Vooch the safest pay-up option other than Embiid? I'd say Westbrook's probably safer than Vooch. But yeah, Vooch is definitely, he's up there. Him and Westbrook, Vooch, Westbrook. I would say my favorite studs right now are Embiid, Westbrook. I'd put Westbrook above Embiid if Beal gets ruled out. I'd say Jimmy Butler would be up there too. And then Vooch probably be like number 4. I don't want to say Vooch is like the safest option, but obviously you can't go wrong with Vooch tonight, especially with so many guys out from Orlando. Fade all Houston players? I mean, I'll be honest. If you do that, you're just asking to lose. I feel like you're just asking to lose. You got to play some. You got to play at least. I mean, you have to play Kevin Porter tonight. If you don't play Kevin Porter, you're just lighting your money on fire. You could maybe play just him, but I think you're going to want more than one guy from Houston. You think Buckets will be on a minutes restriction since he played last night? No. I mean, on back-to-backs this year, Jimmy Butler has not been limited. Like, let's see, when were their last back-to-back? So they played, he played 41 minutes against Golden State. The next day he played 35 minutes against Sacramento. Like, he's not going to be limited. Favorite Yahoo plays? Probably Embiid, Kevin Porter. I do really like Dejounte Murray on Yahoo. But definitely like Embiid, Kevin Porter. Kelly Olynyk's way too cheap on Yahoo, so him too. Jimmy Butler. A couple guys I'm looking at over there. A lot of the same guys that I'm playing on DK, I'm playing on Yahoo. Got Westbrook, Seth, Curry, Sterling Brown, Butler, Olynyk, KJ Martin, Embiid, and KPJ. I mean, that looks really solid. I think you're going to see that. A lot of other people are probably going to have that lineup, Jay. But yeah, that looks really solid. Hypothetically, if Houston, Utah is postponed, who do we plug in? I mean, T-Bone, if that somehow happens, then we'll worry about that when that time comes. I mean, if we don't get word on that till late, like you're kind of screwed because then you don't have anybody to swap to except like Lakers guys. But I don't think the game's not getting postponed. Houston has enough bodies. There's no reason it should be postponed. Unless someone somehow like tests positive for COVID or something, they should be good to go. No surprises on the 4:30 injury report. Yeah, it just came out, I assume. Gabe Vincent's probable. That's all we know. No updates on anyone else, though. Interesting. I thought we'd maybe get an update like on or Bradley Beal. I thought we'd get an update on Bradley Beal once the 5:30 injury report came out, but obviously not. Zion or Donovan Mitchell? Give me Zion, definitely. Give me Zion there. Houston not going to get postponed. It's not COVID related. Yeah, I mean, they have, if David Nwaba plays and he's active, they have 9 bodies. If David Nwaba's out, they still have the required 8 bodies. But if somehow one of those 8 players somehow one of those 8 players gets injured from now till game time, then yes, the game would get postponed in that case, but it's not. I mean, unless one of these dudes get injured in warm-up, I mean, they could still even if someone gets injured during warm-ups, they could still just say he's active and then he just doesn't play. You don't have to have 8 players playing. You just have to have 8 active players. Like that doesn't mean all 8 active players have to play. If Nwaba questionable goes to out, that game's off. Captain Obvious. I mean, that game's going to play. If Nwaba gets ruled out, they're still going to have 8 players. They're still going to have the minimum required 8 players. I feel like you're just in here trolling, man. That's why I'm fading. I seriously doubt that game stays on. Hey, Captain Obvious, please send me a head-to-head if you're going to fade those Houston guys. Please do. I mean, at this point, you're getting cute, in my opinion. DK lineup: Westbrook, Porter Jr., Butler, KJ Martin, Embiid, Derek White, Thibault, Olynyk. I mean, on this slate, I don't think I'd be playing Thibault, but the rest looks good. I don't think I'd be playing Thibault, though, on this slate. Like, give me Ben McLemore over Thibault. Captain Obvious, they signed Mason Jones today or yesterday. So right now they have 8 players. If Nwaba gets ruled out, they'll still have 8 players. The only reason Mason Jones is not showing up in the DK player pool is just because he just got signed. But he is available to play. Check Fantasy Labs tweet. They literally tweeted it out like 2 hours ago. Rockets available players: Kevin Porter, Ben McLemore, Sterling Brown, Jayshawn Tate, Justin Patton, Mason Jones, Kenyon Martin, Anthony Lamb, and then David Nwaba if he plays. That would make 9 players. If David Nwaba plays, they have 9 players. If David Nwaba's out, they have 8 players. It's not that hard, man. Don't be an idiot. Are we going to lock Neto if no Beal? I mean, I don't want to say we're going to lock Neto, but he would definitely be a solid value. He's super cheap on Yahoo. He's minimum salary on Yahoo, so if you play there, I do like Raul Neto on Yahoo. Draftkings, he's not that cheap, but he'd still be viable. Like, I'd rather play Derek White over Neto, though. Guard 3.2K and below, already have Porter Jr. I'd take Randall there, Chasing Randall. Chasing Randall, he's their backup. I guess he's like their backup point guard right now. And with so many guards out, like with Fournier out, with Ross out, with Fultz out, like he got 30 minutes last game, and he's probably going to play about 30 minutes again. Orlando's another team that's just super thin. Hey, Noah, good day, bro. Thoughts on KPJ tonight? I mean, Julius, I don't need to give you the thoughts. He's the best player on the slate. I hope you know that. Any update on Garland? He's still questionable, Adam. Still waiting on news on Garland, Kevin Love, and Bradley Beal. Those are the 3 questionable guys that we're waiting on right now, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Beal, Garland, and Love are the 3 guys that are questionable right now. LeBron, Jokic, or Vooch? I'd play Vooch between those 3. How many Houston players should we stack in a lineup? I mean, I think you could play 4. I think 4 is totally fine. I feel like 2 to 3 is probably the optimal way to go, but 4 is fine. I don't know if I'd be playing 5, though. 5 probably feels a bit too much, but 3, 4, totally fine. Westbrook and Randall or Murray and Tate? If Bradley Beal gets ruled out, give me the first one. If Bradley Beal plays, though, probably take the second. But that's pretty close. We think about Lyles and Avia. I mean, there's better values in my opinion. Like we just have better value tonight. Like give me KJ Martin, give me Kevin Porter, give me Ben McLemore, Sterling Brown, Randall, Bacon. Like give me all those guys over Lyles and Avia. Phil Ingram's going to smash. I mean, if you think he's going to smash, Michael, you might want to play him. I don't think I'm going to play Brandon Ingram on this slate, but you do you, man. Keldon Johnson or Sterling Brown? I'd probably take Sterling Brown there, honestly. That's close, but I think I would take Sterling Brown. Like, we've seen, like, Pop can just, like, even when they have a ton of guys out, like, Keldon Johnson could play, like, 22 minutes. I mean, he played, like, 21 minutes last night, whereas Sterling Brown, he's going to play 30-plus minutes tonight regardless, as long as he doesn't get hurt or anything. Randall or Tybalt? Give me Randall for sure. White, Porter, Butler, KJ Martin, Embiid, Dozier, Dean Wade, and Vooch. I mean, I don't... Basically, Dozier and Dean Wade I'm not playing. Like, you could swap those for some other guys. Like, you could play Ben McLemore over Dozier, I think, or come close to it. Maybe drop down from Vooch, though, and then upgrade those 2 spots. But, yeah, Dozier and Wade, I would not be playing on this slate. Struggling with my decision between Conley and Clarkson. I mean, I'm not a big fan of either one. I'm scared to play those Utah starters just because the blowout concern. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably take Conley, honestly. Derek White or Sterling Brown? I'd take Derek White there, but that's a close one. That's a close one for sure. How'd you do last night? What was your best Yahoo score? I played one lineup on Yahoo, Robert. I can pull it up real quick. I did cash last night on Yahoo. Let me see. My lineup on Yahoo last night finished with 323.7. Had James Harden, Jalen Brunson, Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, Kelly Olynyk, Dwight Howard, and Tim Hardaway. That was my Yahoo lineup last night. Finished with 323.7, which was basically good enough to cash in everything that I played in. Best play 4K to 4,900. Probably be Derek White there. He's 4,900. I'd take Derek White. Tate, Martin Jr., or Porter. I mean, I'd take Porter there, but all 3 are really good plays. But yeah, Porter's the guy I'd go with. Jared Allen for a low-owned, high-upside guy. I mean, I'd be a bit worried about Jared Allen. His price is still high. Kevin Love could play today. Obviously, Kevin Love's probably going to be limited if he plays, but like Larry Nance is back. I just don't know if I want to pay that much for Jared Allen on this slate. He's going to be super, super low-owned, but I just don't think I can go there. You prefer White over Johnson? Yes, I'd prefer White over Johnson. Thanks, Noah. I got to check out. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, T-Bone. Good luck, man. We'll be live for just a few more minutes, guys, answering your last-minute questions. But good luck tonight, T-Bone. Kyle Anderson, Jayshawn Tate, Kuzma, or Kelly O? I'd take Kelly O. Got Sterling Brown, 4,700 left for utility. What's a good pick? I mean, if you could find salary, I'd try and get up to Derek White, but probably would go with, if you already had Sterling Brown, I'd probably take Dwayne Bacon, either like Dwayne Bacon or Lonnie Walker, probably one of those 2 guys. Hero, Dragic, and Nunn could be low owned tonight in a good matchup. I assume all three of those guys will be low owned. I mean, it is a good matchup, but I think the guys I really want to target from Miami or Butler and Olynyk. But sure, you could go to those three guards. They're going to be super low owned. Rudy Gay, yeah, I like Rudy Gay tonight. Now that we have all this value from Houston, I think Rudy Gay's kind of come down on my list of in terms of priorities. He's towards the bottom now, but he's still a good play in my opinion. He's going to be low owned, I think, on this slate. Just got here, have to rewind the show after it's over. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, Michael. Good luck, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, I think we're going to hop off now. I've been live for about 45 minutes, so I appreciate all you guys tuning in, man. Best of luck tonight, as always. Hopefully, I was able to answer all you guys' questions. Good luck on the slate. Hopefully, I will be back tomorrow. Saturdays are kind of up in the air with streams, but I've been trying to stream on the weekends if possible. I'll try and stream tomorrow if I can. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the stream tomorrow if I do decide to, but yeah, best of luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. We'll see you in the next stream. Good luck, fellas. Good luck.